How many of you like eating sweet corn right off the cob or enjoying a nice ribeye or prime rib? According to AmericanFarmers.com, the average farmer feeds 155 people a year. But without enough water to produce crops or water livestock, this won't happen. Farmers use water every day, from watering crops like corn, beans, and wheat to hydrating livestock like cows, pigs, and sheep. To me, sustainability means conserving things to make the world a better place. The best way I could think to do this is by conserving water for farmers to grow our food. Today I'm going to discuss why farming is important to the economy, why water is important to farming, and how we can conserve water to help the cause. Farming is very important to the economy. It provides us with food, gas, and trade with other countries. The biggest mainstay in farming is food. Farmers grow vegetables like corn and beans, but also wheat to produce bread and flour products. They also raise animals that we eat, like cows, pigs, sheep, and chicken. So not only do they grow food to feed us, but they grow food to feed the animals that feed us. Corn is a big mainstay in Nebraska, and one of its biggest uses is making ethanol. If we produce more ethanol in the U.S., we could rely less on foreign oil and lower our national debt. Meat produced in the U.S. is also traded with China. All of these things are great for our economy. All of the trade, ethanol production, and food growth would not be possible without one thing: water. Water is used for irrigation, and irrigation is used to help grow crops. There are 11 different ways to irrigate, but one of the most popular ways in Nebraska is central pivots. Not only does irrigating keep crops hydrated, but it helps them grow, it can also fertilize and keep them pest-free. Farmers can put fertilizers and pesticides in their pivot water instead of spraying them all the time. Water is also important for crops. It is important for animals too. During the summer, livestock have to be watered at least twice a day. If they're not, they are not hydrated. Water can also keep them feces-free and disease-free. So, with water being so important, how can we conserve it? I know I said earlier that pivots are important to farming, but they need to be monitored to conserve water. To do this, all farmers should have their pivots on an on-off system instead of letting them run full cycle. They can be set up by the Southern Power District and can be easily used to turn on and off. They are less costly and conserve more water. Now, the other way that we can conserve water is by keeping it in Nebraska. Nebraska farmers are being shorted on water because they have to send it to Kansas. I personally think that it should stay in Nebraska. We are in a drought and farmers are shorted on water and are scrapping to keep their crops irrigated. Farmers in Nebraska grow just as many crops and water just as much livestock as Kansas farmers. All in all, water is a vital part of farming, from irrigating our food to keeping it hydrated. Farming is part of the economy by feeding people all around the world and providing us with an alternative to gas. Farming wouldn't be possible without water to irrigate and keep our food hydrated. Water can be conserved by monitoring its use in pivots and keeping it in Nebraska. I've been around farming my whole life, and I've seen what lack of water can do to crops and animals. If we want to keep the economy and our food source strong, we will work to conserve water.